He would burst into the room screaming profanities. How to make friends, dealing with toxic people, drama. Let's talk about studying, dating in high school. Hello everyone and welcome to the Ultimate Survival Guide to High School. My name is Juliet. I graduated May 2023 and I made a lot of mistakes during my time in high school that I think everyone can learn from, whether it's middle schoolers, high schoolers, college students. I'm gonna be giving a lot of advice throughout this whole video, so let's just get into it. Chapter 1, how to prepare before your school year even starts. If you are going to a new school this year, I highly suggest going to your school's website, printing out a map of the school, especially if there's one with the teachers' names in each building, or each building has what number it is. As soon as you get your schedule, highlight the buildings that your classes are going to be in, so you don't have to be that scared little freshman asking all the upperclassmen, hey,
where do I need to go?
I'm lost.
Every single year, I always walk through my school to see where all my classes are. If you're looking for like a small burst of motivation, back to school shopping always makes me, in the mood for school. Don't need the most crazy school supplies, but getting, a highlighter, a pen, a backpack, maybe a new top. It's gonna give you confidence to start the year right. And it's fun. Go with your friends, it'll be fun. Now, for those of you asking, do I really have to do my summer reading list? Girl, this is your year. That means do your summer reading, because some teachers literally quiz you on the first day. Like, it's happened before. Sure, maybe there's a small chance that your teacher isn't gonna talk about the book, but do you wanna risk that?
No.
You're gonna be a straight A student. You're gonna get all your stuff done, and this is how you start being productive now. Be proactive. Your teachers probably said this a million times, but get involved. This means joining a club, joining a sport. This is gonna help you make so many friends and also get the most out of your high school experience. When you're in a group, it forces you to spend time with a lot more people who have similar interests as you, and it kind of makes the whole making friends thing a little bit easier. Which segues into my next topic, how to make friends. To me, it's very important to try to make as many friends as possible your freshman and sophomore year, because your junior and senior year, you kind of want to focus more on academics, applying to scholarships, applying for colleges, and trying to get a job. But it's your journey. You can take it however you want. I'm not telling you what to do. The easiest way to make friends is going up to someone and giving them a compliment. A lot of us out there are overthinkers and tend to make situations a lot more complicated than they are. You can go up to someone and be like, hi, your shirt's really pretty. Where'd you get it from? So now you're starting this conversation, and then maybe you can follow it up with, my name is Juliet, what's your name? And what I do every time I'm in a new class is I end up asking for that person's number and being, study buddies. Because this not only helps me when I'm sick or I don't understand a topic, but also if we get together to form a study group, then we're talking and it might lead to a friendship. Now, you don't have to ask for someone's number every first interaction. It does take a lot of guts, but practicing on people like walking down the hall who aren't in your class, being like, hi, you have nice shoes. It's practice and it's gonna help you, and if you embarrass yourself, you don't have to see that person every day because they're not in your class. Another little tip is just being positive everywhere you go, not trying to complain all the time, because positive energy is something that a lot of people want to be around and possibly become your friend. Okay, college students, it's kind of easier and kind of harder. Pause. You might be like, girl, didn't you say you just graduated? What do you mean college? How do you know? Okay, I'll get to that. My experience with making friends in college is I always go up to them, introduce myself, and be like, hey, can I get your number so we can, get together and study sometime? If this class is hard,
we have each other's back.
And it is literally so easy because people who are in college literally aren't looking at other people and judging them. They're focused on themselves and focusing on their future, not anyone else. So it's a completely different ballpark, whatever the saying is. But one downside to this is sometimes I would have these conversations, we'd start off as friends, and then I'd only get text messages like, hey, what'd you get on the homework? And I would try to hang out, it would never work, and it just kind of was using each other for only school stuff. But it's different depending on the people you meet. Just take away from this, try to be a positive influence that everyone wants to be around, and trust me, I know it's hard to be confident. I know what it's like to just want to be invisible, sit in the back of the room, not talk to anyone, but being positive is going to impact you better mentally and also the people around you. Going along with the friend theme, you might experience friend groups breaking up, being around toxic people, and just not vibing. If someone is bringing you down, if someone is taking all your energy away, try to just
take them out of your life.
that sounds really... Don't be friends with them anymore. And yeah, I know that sometimes it is really hard to just not be friends with someone. I have so many friend groups that have broken up even though we've been friends for eternity. Literally my sophomore year of high school, my friend group from birth had so many issues and we kind of, you know, split up. But you know, amends were made. We're chillin'. We're kind of chillin'. Most of us are chillin'. The person who was causing all the drama cut off. It's tough. It is really hard. But once you talk through it and actually understand the situation, understand how you feel, how everyone else feels, and then just go your separate ways, it's gonna feel a lot better over time. Just try to hang around people who make you happy, who are a positive influence on you, help you want to be a better person, because at the end of the day, you want to be happy. And those relationships, even though you've had them for so long, they're just not making you happy anymore. There are so many things you're gonna have to learn in high school, and one of them is how you retain information best. So my next thing is, what are the best study tips? It's gonna be different for everyone, but for me, I like to handwrite my lecture notes. During my study time, I rewrite all my notes. Sometimes I will try to write as much as I can memorized and then go back, read it, and then fill in everything that I missed. And once it starts getting closer to, you know, my quiz, I will write flashcards. So now I'm writing it 3 times and then I look through the flashcards. For me, typing on a computer, I can't really retain. I don't know why. It's completely different for me. But another thing that's gonna help you is time management. I actually have a planner and a journal. Actually, this is my planner. It's upside down. This is my planner and this is my journal. It has nail polish on it, but blame my friend. I like to write down my schedule hourly, so it's basically a to-do list and a schedule all in one. So I'll write 9 a.m., eat breakfast, 10 a.m., edit, 11, study. But I also use the Pomodoro method, which usually is 25 minutes of studying and then a 5-minute break. But I personally like to do 30 to 45 minutes and then a 10-minute break. So knowing how long you're gonna take on each task, like, you know, doing 1 round of studying, it's gonna take me 45 minutes. So I write that down and give me as much time on each task as possible. So I know if I take forever on something, I could still get all of my tasks done at the end of the day. What I like to do is on my 10-minute breaks, I will try to stimulate all of my 5 senses. So I leave my room, get some food, and either talk to my family, play with my animals, or watch a YouTube video. And I don't do this every single time, just when I feel like I need a complete reset. And it just gets me back into that focus mode, realizing, okay, the earth isn't just the Pythagorean theorem. Life is going on, even though I'm stuck in my room staring at my computer. You have to figure out what works for you studying. That's just some things that I like to do and have shown the best results because I got straight A's my senior year. Now for the moment you've all been waiting for: AP classes or dual enrollment. AP classes are hard classes that you are going to be taking at your high school, and they count as college credits, while dual enrollment is when you are enrolled at your high school and at a college for free. I dual enrolled my 11th and 12th grade year. In 10th grade, I took AP Psychology, and I can 100% say dual enrollment is so much better. Number 1, you get to choose what time you take your classes and what days you take your classes. My academic advisor recommended me taking 4 classes a semester, and each one met twice a week. Some days I'd be done with school at 10:30 a.m.
And I also didn't have class Fridays.
So you have so much free time, and yeah, the classes are definitely harder because, you know, you are literally
in college with a bunch of old people. It's scary.
Workload is harder, but it's so much worth it because it's for free. But make sure you talk to your counselor about it because your school might not offer it. Now, some cons of dual enrollment are missing out on the high school experience. This is something that I have struggled with since I didn't make a lot of friends my freshman and sophomore year. My junior and senior year, I felt like a lot of people didn't know me and I was missing out. Also, my school didn't really care about dual enrollment kids, which sucked. I am not in my junior year yearbook because I missed picture day. I didn't go to grad bash because the requirement was you had to be at school for all your classes to be able to go to grad bash, which was like end of the year senior field trip. And for dual enrollment students, some of us don't have a single class at the high school. And for those students, you'd have to sit in the auditorium for 6 hours, not leave, if you wanted to get on that bus and go to the field trip. And
no,
I'm not doing that. So I didn't go. To combat this, you know, go to football games, basketball games, pep rallies, just try to, you know, get involved as much as you can. And that's why I said to make as many friends your freshman and sophomore year as possible so you know you don't miss out on that experience. Also, a pro, you literally could graduate with an AA degree. Free. free. Another thing that I really enjoyed, you didn't have to deal with, you know, the class clowns because everyone is paying to be there. Everyone wants to learn. It's also 8 a.m. Everyone's tired and wants to go home, but we're still there to learn. Like, I didn't have to deal with the disrespect. Moving on, how to prepare for college. Now, if you are going into your junior year, please listen. You need to be looking out for the SAT, the ACT, looking at scholarships, and looking at all the application requirements for colleges you want to go to. Start searching up, start looking at colleges and how to apply, because you don't want to end up like me and struggling your senior year trying to get it all done. Seniors, there is still time. If you want to go to college, please take every single SAT until you get the score that you want. So sign up for them, actually study for them, because your girl got a hot doo-doo water grade. Next thing I want to talk about is boys. If you're a freshman girly, do not let yourself fall into the senior boy trap. They like to prey on the freshman girls. And yeah, it might be, oh, he's giving me attention, oh.
The bad boy.
Boys in high school, they're gross. They're icky, they are gross. The amount of times I've walked out of class in tears of the disgusting things that I've heard, especially in my Spanish 2 class. Do not let yourself fall into that trap. I have seen it too many times. Do not. Now, you might be like, girl, weren't you a freshman when your boyfriend was a junior? Yeah, but he never pressured me. He never made me uncomfortable, and it's almost been 4 years and never broken my heart. Dating in high school can be fun, you know, little side quest. You can have a social life, but have priorities. Don't let it become your personality, and 100% do not let a boy come between you and your friends. I made the mistake of kind of distancing myself from my friends, and we became a lot less close ever since I got a boyfriend, but I'm trying to make amends and get back with my girlies because they are gonna have your back. Break up or not, they're gonna have your back. I didn't really preface this, but if you want to go on a date, you know, have fun, just keep in mind that not everyone in high school is showing you, you know, their true colors. Get the, you know, fixer-upper, I can change him stuff out of your mind, because that's what every girl is thinking and it hasn't worked. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm a mom. Anyways, back to the video. Okay, so I asked my secret Instagram what I should talk about in this video, so we're gonna go through a little speed round of questions. Read the description if you want to be let into the secret Instagram. And I explained why it's a secret down there. So the first person wanted me to talk about toxic friends and how to deal with them. And I went over this a little bit, but during my 10th grade year, I went through a friend group that I've been friends with since birth. And, you know, stuff happened. There was a lot of just bad stuff going on. And I know how hard it is to just distance yourselves. And most of the time when you ask for advice on toxic friends, people say just distance yourself, but speaking from experience, someone may or may not have been a little toxic for us, and it was really hard for me to, you know, let that person go. And I still really haven't, because we're kind of friends, but that's a whole different scenario that I'm not gonna get into. But having conversation with that person, telling them how you feel, and if they try to be manipulative, start slowly, not really responding to texts, not trying to hang out all the time, you know. If you're putting so much effort into a relationship and you're getting nothing out of it, just stop putting as much effort. And also just try to surround yourself around good influences, people who make you want to be a better person and not feel bad about yourself, and then they're gonna lift you up through those hard times of dealing with toxic friends. Again, I already kind of talked about this, but making friends, some more tips on that. Being yourself is so cliche, but when I became leadership for my band, I tried pushing myself to make as many friends as possible. And while I was doing that, I kind of wasn't really myself, and I tried just forcing it to happen, and I was really awkward, and it just made every scenario very uncomfortable because I was trying to make people laugh. It was just weird, okay? So if you just go up to someone, say hi, be nice, tell some jokes, I don't know, just don't be awkward like me. I know it's kind of hard, and this is awful advice. Okay, I'm sorry. One of my goals this year is definitely to try to talk to more people and make more friends, because I have grown so much since my 9th grade year. I did not talk to anyone, but now I'm trying to actually put myself out there, and I don't know, I just feel happier giving people compliments. It makes me feel good. Someone else asked how to deal with rude teachers, and y'all, I have some stories. So I told you guys that I was dual enrolled, and my junior year, I had 2 of the craziest people I have ever met. First, my history teacher. For the first 2 weeks of school, literally every single day we played hangman. Didn't talk about anything school related for an hour. Hangman. And then the third week, I got COVID. And the third week of school is when we actually started learning about stuff. And at the end of the week, there was a lecture quiz and a reading quiz. And I was like, hey, I wasn't there this week for the lecture. Can I get some notes for someone and take it next week? And he's like, sure. So then I meet someone, I ask for their notes, and I open the lecture quiz, and it's like, what color shirt was I wearing? February 2nd. I was sick? What? He also called me stupid one time, which I think is in a vlog. And then my ENC 1102 teacher, out of all of them, he was the craziest. First of all, the first assignment was submitting a draft, and I wanted to go into a Zoom call with him to see if I was on the right track for the essay. So I get into the call with him, and I'm waiting 30 minutes for this guy to show up. And then he gets there, we talk about, I don't even know, for 30 more minutes, and at the end he's like, yeah, I didn't even read your essay, just email it to me.
What?
He also would like tell people who had COVID, who had like an F in the class, which is definitely illegal. He wore shirts with like just straight nudity, randomly curse as loud as he can. Like, he also waited until April 28th to grade every single essay that I did. The last day of grading for teachers was April 28th. We literally finished school a week before. He waited the last day to grade 4 of my essays, gave them all the same score, not one comment. Circling back to the rude teacher question, I'd like to say always stay respectful, but if it gets out of hand, talk to your parents. Make sure they understand the situation, and then maybe try to get a schedule change if you just cannot deal with this teacher. Lastly, I just wanted to say that high schoolers can be so mean. Try not to get caught up in all the drama and focus on staying positive, keeping to your work, and staying around good influences who try to make you feel like a better person and want to be a better person. Get involved because you definitely don't want to feel any regret and feeling like you didn't get the full high school experience. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Comment down below what clubs you're thinking about joining. Just leave a comment, please. Subscribe maybe, because like when I ask, you guys do it, but when I don't ask, and I thought you guys didn't want me to ask. Like, I don't like when YouTubers ask for people to subscribe, but then when I don't do it, no one does. So like, subscribe, question mark? Don't like not do it just because I said, okay, maybe I shouldn't have, okay. You guys can leave a comment also asking any more advice you would like me to answer. I will respond to your comment. I respond to all of my comments. I like all of my comments, so don't be afraid. I will respond. Bye.
I've been feeling so small. Watch the clock ticking off the wall.